Welcome back, all you fragrance fanatics and beauty babes. If you have never seen my face before, hi, my name is Jamie and I love to talk about perfumes. And if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. It means so much to me. So I was watching Veronica Says, and if you are not subscribed to her, you should already be, but if you're not, I'll leave her link in the description box below. She does amazing perfume videos. I was watching one of her videos and she had this great idea where she is showcasing like all the perfumes she's bought in 1 month. She will make a video showing like, these are the perfumes I bought in the month of May. These are the perfumes I bought in the month of, June, etc. Blah, blah, blah. I thought, wow, that is a great idea. So, I'm going to do that as well. Cause I don't really do a perfume. Some channels do the perfume journals, and I don't really have that, or like the perfume diaries. Sorry, they do the perfume diaries. Don't do that, and I don't have a perfume tray, so to speak, where I just bring out a couple of ones and talk about what I'm wearing that week or that month. So I thought this would be a better option for me to just show you all the perfumes I buy. Like I want to, at the end of every month, I want to do a video like this, where I just go over all the perfumes I bought in that month. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm breaking this video up into categories. And first up, we're going to talk about the Middle Eastern perfumes that I purchased. And then I've got some celebrity perfumes that I purchased. And then I also have more designer stuff. So we're going to start off with Middle Eastern. Pear Potion. This one, I'm so glad I bought this because I kept on going back and forth with it. And then so glad I have it. And I know that this is not the most easiest to get your hands on. I feel like they are always out of this. But for good reason. This is, I love this perfume so much. The crisp green apple and that beautiful fresh pear. Oh, I love pear. And it's just got this sweet freshness, and it's perfect this time of year. Love it. And then we've got the Rouat Al Oud and the Rouat Al Musc. These two, I just went digging to go find something that that wasn't hyped. I was looking specifically for perfumes that not a lot of people knew about, and I stumbled across these two, and I was blown away by the bottle and by the price of being under $20 and the smell. This is like a rose and raspberry like mushed together. It's like a rosy jam type of thing. And this is very entry level oud, by the way. And then this one is more like a fresh, clean laundry fabric softener type of vibe. And I don't know. I just feel so lucky that I just kind of stumbled across them, and they were probably the best hidden gem finds of the month. And I also picked up the Taskeen Peach, or Taskeen Peach Tea, or just Taskeen. I've seen it on different websites with many different names, but it's the first Taskeen that came out, because there's also the Taskeen Marina and the Taskeen Caramel Cascade. But this was the first, I believe. And this one, pleasantly surprised me, because this was the last one I had purchased out of the three. And because I don't know, I didn't think it would appeal to me. I don't know. But I'm so glad that I picked it up, because this has some peach in it, obviously. But there is this cognac, and it's giving, and I'm assuming it's the cognac in here that's doing it. There is such an aromatic freshness to this perfume. And so this to me smells like a sweet peach iced tea that's been spiked a little bit. And it's just so refreshing, and it is perfect for like a really hot summer day, in my opinion. And then I also picked up the Qissa Blue this month and the Qissa Delicious. And the Qissa Delicious is basically like, for me, it's identical to Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter. Cocoa chocolate creaminess with the fluffy, sugary, powdery marshmallows. Like, that's what I get in this. And then the Qissa Blue, this one it's citrus, aquatic. There's a fresh spice to this. There is a little bit of a leatheriness in this as well, mixed with the freshness. It's really interesting, and I like it. But there's also an incense note, which does bring a little bit of smokiness to this. So this is never a like citrus cleaner. Like, I feel like without those other things, this could be too aromatic and citrusy. Hi, Sadie. Are you gonna join us today? Come on, get up here and lay down. The Qissa Blue, I feel like could be more like a citrus cleaner, like a house cleaner, if it wasn't for those little bit deeper elements to it. At least that's in my opinion. So it's really nice to have that leather and incense kind of blended in this. Gives a little bit of sexiness, a little bit of intrigue to it, I think is the right word. But I will say, if you overspray this, it gets a little too smoky. I'm a chronic oversprayer, and in my opinion, you can't really do that with this one unless you really like smoky stuff, because the smokiness will definitely intensify in this if you overspray. And then we've also got the Bayn Al Asrar, or Azar or Al Asrar. All I know is that it smells amazing. It was supposed to be the dupe for Guidance, and I think that it smells extremely similar, except for this one is the Pear comes out more in this, and this one is a much dialed down, lighter version. I think it's more wearable than the other one. I honestly don't really like the original Guidance. I prefer the dialed down, more fresh version of it. And at first I wasn't sure how I felt about either one of those because of the hazelnut in there. But that's a note I've really grown to enjoy. And I absolutely love this perfume. As you can see, I have been, the dent is denting in this. I think it's beautiful. And the last Middle Eastern perfume that I purchased in the month of May was Narissa Rose Musk by Maison Alhambra. And this is supposed to be the dupe for the Musc Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. And I bought a bunch of these samples. This is the last one left because I was really like spraying myself down, testing them out side by side. And these are almost identical. These are very, very similar, if not completely identical. But this is a softer version. This is a more intense version. It's like they took the original and they just amped it up some. Because with this one, I'm getting the plum. I'm getting that soft, spicy pink pepper. I get the tuberose. I get the musky, powdery vanilla. I don't get a lot of rose in here, which is weird because she should be the star of the show, apparently, compared to, I mean, that's what the name suggests, but don't get a lot of rose in here. So with this one, you get that plum, and it's a more intensified, juicy, sweet, dark plum. The soft, spicy pink pepper is amped up a little bit. And then the tuberose. The tuberose comes out and starts like flirting with the plum. Don't get a lot of rose in here. Where did she go? I don't know. Maybe she went on vacation. She didn't feel like working that day. I don't know. But There's not a lot of rose in either one of these for a perfume that has rose in the name of it. And then you get that same vanilla musky powdery base, but just, you know, it's just amped up more. And I will say both of these have that drier sheet, that soft, close to the skin, drier sheet type of vibe is what I get from these. And also I will say the bottle surprised me because when you see it online, it looks cheaper. It looks like it's gonna be a cheaper bottle. I don't know, like I don't know what it was exactly, but it just didn't look pretty. But in person, it looks much better. Like I was pleasantly surprised. It's way bigger bottle than what I thought it was gonna be. And the lid, it's plastic, but it's like a nice, you know, thick plastic. And the glass is like really nice, thick glass here. And I was very pleasantly surprised by the size of the bottle and how much prettier it was in person. But yeah, I think it's an amazing dupe. I don't think anyone would be able to tell the difference if you sprayed yourself down with this one. You go to a party or whatever you're doing. I don't think no one's going to be able to point out like, oh my gosh, you're not wearing the original. Like it smells so similar. It's just more intense. And next we have 3 perfumes that I got from Victoria's Secret. We're going to start with the very sexy Oasis. I had a subscriber tell me that this had tuberose in it. And I remember a long time ago, back when I didn't like tuberose, I didn't understand it. I was like, ugh, no. I wrote this perfume off completely. And then once she told me that, I was like, oh my God, you're right. I need to go back to that perfume and see what I think now. And I am in love. I want to get a full-size bottle of this, but I could only get one full-size bottle of Victoria's Secret for this month, and I ended up going with another one. But so I wanted to just have a taste of it for a little while until I could get a full-size bottle. So I ended up going with the rollerball, which I'm not a huge fan of rollerballs, but oh my gosh, this is so good, you guys. Like I'm getting 100 ml bottle of this. I want to bathe in this. I want to break open the bottle, put it in a bathtub and bathe in it. It is that good. It is such a creamy, sweet white floral. This, it only says it's got tuberose, orange blossom, and camellia. But I'm telling you, it smells almost, it's like right there on the edge of smelling like a very sweet, creamy coconut and citrus. I'm getting like a sweet, creamy coconut and citrus, like blended together into like a bowl. And it's just, oh, it's so sweet. It's warm, intoxicating. It gives off that creamy tanning lotion vibe, almost like I'm at a spa in Hawaii getting a massage, and this is the scent of the lotion they're using. This one is definitely, I'm getting a full bottle this coming month in June. And the next one I tried out was the Bombshell Seduction. I wanted to try this one out because it has tuberose in it. And it was one of those deals at at Victoria's Secret. If you bought 2 things, you got the 3rd thing free. So I didn't have to pay for it. So I was like, why not? Might as well pick it up. And this is very interesting. I really enjoy this because you get that creamy, sweet, almost honeyed tuberose, just like in the very sexy Oasis, but it is balanced out perfectly with this sage. This sage gives it this aromatic herbalness to the perfume that it's got like a soft spice. It's very different. It's very different, and something I've just never smelled before. Those 2 things combined just go together really well. It's very, very nicely done. I think it's exactly what the name says. It's Seduction. It smells very alluring and seductive. I love those two things. How they combine that is just really interesting. The only problem is I can't get any of the bombshells to last on my skin. I don't know. I don't know. I might buy like a smaller size bottle of this and see, but for some reason, all the bombshells and only, well, the bombshells and the teas, any of the teas ones, can't get those to stay on me. But anything from the very sexy line, I don't have a problem with longevity. And anything from the Bare line, don't have a problem with longevity. Only the bombshell ones, I don't know. But that sage and tuberose, that is an interesting, it almost makes me, it almost comes off as a minty bubblegum, a sweet, a very sweet, like a spearmint, a sweet minty bubblegum. Oh, I do really like, I might have to pick up a full bottle of this as well. We'll see. And then the last one I got was the Bare Magnolia. And you all already know about it. I won't go into big details about this because I have a video on this that you can already look at, going through the whole range of the Bare collection. But as you can see, I have been having a really hard time putting this down because it's amazing. It's beautiful, and I was so excited to get this one. I'm so glad that I got it in the full size for sure. So now we're gonna move on to the more designer perfumes that I purchased this month. And then towards the end, we'll get into the celebrity perfumes that I purchased this month. So with designer, I got the Miami Nectar by Ellis Brooklyn. I still am yet to purchase a full bottle of this. I want a full bottle of this very badly, but there are so many other perfumes on my list, on my wish list right now. So, but this is amazing. This is a perfect summertime perfume. This is definitely a pineapple forward perfume. There is some coconut in here, but it's mainly about the pineapple, a sweet, fresh pineapple, like you were slicing up pineapple pieces, like I'm very fresh, sweet. And there's this tropical, creamy juiciness to this. There's this aquatic freshness. It's just very, very refreshing, perfect summertime scent, in my opinion. And then we had the one that kind of surprised me, which was the Strawberry Letter. Well, technically it was last month in April that I had gotten a travel size of the Strawberry Letter. And that was when it kind of surprised me because I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. And I wasn't expecting it to project and last as long as it did. So Strawberry Letter was definitely a really nice surprise, and I wanted to get a full bottle this month, so I did. And this one is just fresh strawberry, fresh sweet strawberries is basically what this is. And definitely a big compliment getter. Really love this perfume. Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. There we go. I also got a smaller size of this, and I wasn't going to get a full-size bottle, but I think I do. I think I want a full-size bottle. I know there's some mixed reviews on this. I don't get any patchouli in this at all. I can't smell any patchouli. All I get is, in the beginning, I get a very sweet, candied, marshmallowy rum mixed with there's a freshness in here with this pear. And then I definitely pick up on the bubble gum, get just a hint of the caramel in there. And it's just a nice, sugary, sweet perfume, but it's not super sickly sweet. There's a freshness to this perfume. And I really enjoy it. And I wasn't gonna get a full bottle, but I want a full bottle. I want a full bottle. And it's such a beautiful, I love the iridescence in this, and like the dual chrome in this spot. I love it. So the next one we have is one that was a disappointment, I ended up getting the J'adore Infinissime. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This one was too balsamic for me. I think the sandalwood in here is just too like pickly smelling, and it gives it this vinegar balsamicness, and mixed with that honeyed citrus together, it just smells like a very delicious salad dressing. And that's just not really what I like to wear on my skin. Some might love this, but this just wasn't for me, this balsamic salad dressing type of scent. And then I also got the Lalique Les Parfums. And so I was not aware that they were that this was like a glass company. And when I started researching about Lalique and Renee Lalique, who started all of this, it was just, there's so much really cool history with him and Coty, and just so many rabbit holes that you can go down. So I have been doing so much research, and it is absolutely fascinating. And I'm planning on making a video about it, just the whole history of Lalique. And it's gonna be really, I think you're really gonna find it fascinating, like I did, because there was some mind-blowing things that I learned. But anyway, with this particular bottle, this is, by the way, this is a very fresh, aromatic, very, it's powdery, very unique vanilla scent. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I think that bay leaf in there just gives it this added interest, and just very unique. So with the lid to this, it's hard to see it. I'll put a bigger picture up here of it, but this is the Musc de Femme, I think is how it's pronounced. I don't speak French, so I'm trying my hardest, but Musc de Femme. This is it's some glass art that Renee Lalique created back in 1935, and so they added that to the lid of this bottle, which I think is really cool. And like you'll see in all of his artwork, it's so fascinating. I love art history, and with a lot of his pieces, he said that his inspiration was women and nature, and so you see that in like all of his artwork pieces, and it's so beautiful. So I also wanted to pick up, since I'm doing research on all this, I'm deep diving into this, I wanted the first actual perfume that Lalique created. Not perfume bottle, because there's a whole thing, I won't even go into that in this video, but he made perfume bottles before they made perfumes. But I wanted the first actual perfume that Lalique created. So it was Lalique's granddaughter who was the person that was actually like, hey, we make perfume bottles, why aren't we making perfume? Like actual, like making perfume, and they do now. So this was the start of that, and this is Lalique, Lalique Perfume. It got renamed during a 20th anniversary. They came out with a newer bottle of this, and they renamed it Lalique. But I wanted an original. I wanted a 1992 version, which is the only one that she actually had her hands in before she sold the company in 1994. But I won't get into all that. Let's talk about how it smells. It has like jasmine, iris, rose, clove, pear, blackberry, cassis, sandalwood, white musk, and vanilla. And I do get a fruity, sweet berry opening. I can't say I particularly pick out pear or I particularly pick out berry, but there is a fresh, sweet, fruity, berry fruity opening. And then as this dries down, I get there's a powderiness to this for sure. And I think like I'm picking up that iris the powderiness from the iris. And then it ends up being a warm, spicy, woody scent in the base. Hi, Sadie. And this definitely does smell more, I don't want to say the word dated. I don't mean that, I don't know how else to say it. I don't mean that in a bad way. It just, what's a better word? It smells like it is from another era. Maybe that's what I need to say. It doesn't smell like a modern day scent you're gonna smell nowadays. This is different. And the perfumer behind this is the same one that made Beautiful by Estee Lauder and Eternity for Women and Roses and Diamonds and Roses by Elizabeth Taylor. And she also created the original Treasure. This one is most similar to the original Treasure, except for that one is more of your typical, it's sweeter, much sweeter, fruity floral. This is less sweet and it dries down. It's just a spicy woodiness. If you like a nice powdery, spicy woodiness with a little bit of a sweet berryness, then you would really enjoy this perfume. But anyway, so I needed this bottle in my collection because I've been really getting into Lalique in general. And then lastly, we have the celebrity scents. I had picked up the Pure Honey. So glad I did. Best decision of my life. Less than $20 for 100 ml. It's the most beautiful, sweet, delicious honey perfume I've ever smelt. It's this creamy, sweet honey perfume. Oh, absolutely love this perfume. And then we've got the Jessica Simpson Fancy. I'm gonna be purchasing a bigger bottle of this soon because this is one of my absolute favorite caramel perfumes. Delicious, sweet, thick caramel. And it's got an amber vanilla base, but the caramel like comes down to play with the amber and the vanilla. So it's a very sweet, creamy amber vanilla base, and I am living for it. Love this perfume. And then we've also got the Kim Kardashian by Kim Kardashian. This one is white floral, but there's also this like spicy, so it's like got this fresh white floral, but then you have this spicy, deep, a little bit animalic base. So it's got these like light side and dark side, like she's a good girl and a bad girl. Like she's wearing like a very sophisticated, classy dress, but underneath she's got some like some black lace, thong panties, like that's what this kind of makes me think of, just kind of blended together into one. And the last one I bought in the month of May was Rogue by Rihanna. And again, I want to get a bigger size of it. I was just kind of testing out because I didn't know. So I got a smaller size first, but oh my gosh, I want a giant bottle of this. This is so sexy. This is sexy because it's got this plum, this juicy dark plum, but then you've got this like buttery suede. And in my one video when I was talking about this, I kept on calling it leather. And I use that word, leather and suede. I use that interchangeably, but there is a difference. Leather can be a little bit more, like a little bit more stronger and sometimes can be a little pungent at times. Suede is like softer. And when I was talking about it in my video, I kept on referring to it as leather. And I shouldn't have really done that. It's more of a suede, which is a leather technically, but it's softer. It's like a buttery, soft suede. And mixed with this juicy plum, it's intoxicating and it's sexy. And I definitely want a bigger bottle of this. So in the month of June, I'm planning on picking up another Lalique perfume. I want to get my hands on Plume Blanche, I think is how it's pronounced. Not Plum, but I think it's Plume Blanche. And if you'll notice on the bottle, it says 1901. And the design of the bottle, that is the inspiration for that came from Renee Lalique back in 1901, did the illustrations for a book, and it was a peacock. It was peacock feathers and stuff, and so that's where they're drawing that inspiration from. That's why it says like 1901, and it has that kind of like peacock kind of design. And you notice it's in like an Art Deco form. He did a lot of Art Deco pieces, but anyway, so I want to pick up that, not only because of the bottle and the history behind it, but also because it looks like it would smell amazing, like it would be right up my alley. It's got some vanilla, warm spices, some almond, sweet, powdery amber. And I've been looking at the reviews on this, and a lot of people are comparing it to Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. So, that's one of my very favorites. So if it's anything like that, I think I'm gonna love this perfume. And then I'm also planning on picking up, well, I've got a travel size coming of the Lalique Soleil Vibrant. I can't get a full bottle in right now because they're out. I mean, I'm sure I can purchase one on like their regular website for full price, but I really want to get the discounted price. So I'm waiting for it to kind of come back in stock in like fragrancenet.com or Jomo Shop or one of those two. And I won't get into all the details about the inspiration behind that bottle. We don't got all day here. And then I'm also planning on picking up the Candied Fantasy by Britney Spears. Bubblegum, strawberry, like cupcake. Are you kidding me? Like, yes, this is an absolute yes. And you know it's not going to be very expensive because it's Britney Spears perfume. They're usually relatively around the $20 range, maybe $30 for a full bottle. The bottle itself looks adorable. What's in it seems great. I'm definitely picking it up. And then I also picked up, I've been, again, searching for things that are kind of a little different, things that I've never heard of before, things that maybe I could share with you guys that maybe you've never seen before. There's this one perfume called Roberto Cavalli. I'd never heard of it, but it's a amber vanilla white floral. That's all you have to say. It's an amber vanilla white floral. So of course I'm going to pick it up. And then I believe it was it Veronica? I believe it was Veronica Says was talking about Tuberose Mystique. I think it was her. I'm not positive. But as soon as as soon as she was talking about it, and I went to go look it up, and I saw that it had like tuberose and vanilla, and it's supposed to be this like creamy tuberose, sweet tuberose. I was like, I've got to have this. So I picked up a bottle of that's in the process of coming in. And I still need to get my hands on Eclair by Lattafa. I've been hearing really good things about it. I've been hearing that it's better than the Caramel Cascade. And then I also do have a sample that I'm waiting to use until I get the Eclair. It's the actual Bianco latte. I got a tiny little sample of it, of the actual Bianco latte. So once I get that in, I'm gonna compare like all three together and see what I think. And then of course I still need to pick up Cocoa Shimmy. I was gonna get it at Ulta, but they were out of it. And then I'm like, okay, I might just get it from the website. So anyway, so I still need to pick up Cocoa Shimmy by Sniff. I'm really into tuberose right now. So there's this perfume called Charming Tuberose, and I'm planning on, well, I've already purchased it, but it's gonna take about a week to come in. Charming Tuberose. It's, from what I've read in the reviews, it is a very creamy, almost like coconut suntan lotion tuberose, and I'm really excited about it. And it was, and again, it's inexpensive. Like I'm looking for unique, something different, and something not very expensive. And so I've got that coming in. And then I would also like to get a full bottle of the very sexy Oasis for sure. So that's my game plan for the month of June. That is subject to change because, you know, as you hear about new perfumes coming in, some things get pushed off to the back burner, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Those are the things I'm planning on picking up. And so I would love to know, what type of perfumes have you purchased in the month of May? And maybe what type of perfumes are you planning on getting in the month of June? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.